What's going on, guys? Back here again with another video, another episode of Nature Talk, alright? Real quick, I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but you see my glasses, man? One thing that I keep doing, I'll put my glasses on the passenger seat of my car or someone else's car, and then I'll forget that I did that, and then I'll go and I'll sit on it, and then my glasses get all bent out of shape. Luckily, I get my glasses from cheap places like Walmart and all that, right? Anyway, we still gonna keep the show going, alright? Today's episode, guys, let them go, okay? A lot of us, we're still having problems, all right? We're still having issues letting go of what no longer serves us, okay? And I'm speaking loud because the wind's starting to blow, and I don't have my mic attached, all right? So I gotta make up for the wind noise. But anyway, let them go, guys. A lot of us are still having issues letting go of what no longer serves us, all right? And this could be person, place, or thing. For a lot of us, it's people that we're still having a hard time letting go, all right? But we need to understand, life is all about growing. Life is all about moving on to the next level. A lot of us think that, you know, once we move from that stage of childhood to adult, we think that that's it. Once we become an adult, there's no more changing, there's no more growing, there's no more learning. You're already at the top, and that's what it is for the next 50, 60, 70 years. Well, in reality, that's a lie, all right? If you've been told that, if you've been thinking that, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not how life works, okay? Life is constantly changing. We're constantly leveling up. You're supposed to, right? You're supposed to keep growing. You're supposed to keep learning. And a part of that growth, a part of that learning is understanding that what you had before, what was working for you last season, may not be working for you this season. What was working before may not be working for you now. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are certain situations where what you were doing before can still help you now. Yes, you've leveled up, but those things that you were doing before still serve a purpose in what you're doing now. But then there are cases where what you used to do is just irrelevant now. And in all honesty, it might even keep you from growing. You get what I'm saying? Like, perfect example. Let's say you, in a period of your life, you know, you were going through hard times and all that. So let's say you were smoking weed, right? Like me, I smoke a lot. I'm a daily smoker, active smoker, right? Mainly I smoke for my PTSD issues and other issues that I suffer from. But a lot of the time, I'm not gonna lie, I smoke recreationally. I smoke because I can. I smoke because it doesn't bother me, and it just helps, all right? But there was a time in my life, you know, not too long ago, just a couple years, I was going through my depression, right? And having the weed, it did help me. Right? It helped me go through deal with those moods, deal with those moments that I was having. And when I couldn't get the help from certain people and I couldn't get the connection that I needed from certain people so that they could help me, in all honesty, the weed was there and it helped me, you know, get through those moments. Okay? But in all honesty, and I feel like I said that 5 times now, but in all honesty, where I'm at now in my life, right? I've leveled up significantly since, you know, the past couple years, right? But here's the thing. I still have weed. It's still a part of my life. But I know that at this point in my life, it's not helping me like it was helping me before. I can honestly say that now, having the weed, it doesn't really hurt me yet. But it does slow me down. It does keep me, you know, moving at a slower pace than I would want to. If I let go of weed, I can honestly say that I'd probably be doing things 10 times better, 10 times faster, 10 times more. You know what I'm saying? But that's where I'm at, okay? And for a lot of us, you may be dealing with that same exact issue with some kind of substance. Maybe you're on alcohol or whatever. And maybe you've reached a point where now, yeah, whatever, alcohol may have helped you before, but now it's not helping, you know, and it's actually hurting you. It's actually hindering you. It's actually keeping you back from growing, okay? We got to remember, life is all about growth. All right, we're going to constantly be going through a growth phase, and then we're going to be going through a shedding phase. A growth phase, a shedding phase. A growing phase, a shedding phase. This constantly happens throughout life, and in different ways and different levels, okay? Just like plants, right? They grow and they shed. Just like animals, they grow and they shed, whether it's skin, whether it's fur, whatever, okay? We need to know, when you've reached a point, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to keep it real. You got to be truthful. If you know that what you're doing now, maybe it used to help you before, but if it's starting to hurt you, person, place, or thing, okay? Let's say you used to hang out with friends, right? And during that time before, those friends, they were good for you. They kept you good company. They helped you get through what you needed to get through, right? But now you're at a point where these friends, they're actually holding you back. Let's say you're trying to advance in your career. You're trying to advance in school, right? You're trying to go to that next level, but they're still at that bottom level and they don't have any interest in moving up, right? So the longer you keep hanging with them, the more you're going to, okay, let me rephrase that. The longer you keep hanging with them, the harder it's going to be for you to do what you need to do. All right. If they're hanging out on level 1 and you're trying to go to level 2, they're going to keep pulling you down to level 1. And it's not like they don't want you to grow. They just want you to be a part of what you guys have always been a part of, right? So it's not even like they're doing this in a negative way. They just really love you. They want you to be a part of them. So when you start trying to not be a part of them, you're trying to do something different, it's going to, hurt them. It's going to make them feel a type of way. And then you're going to feel a type of way. You're going to be like, damn, I don't really want to leave my friends. Damn, I don't really want to hurt my friends' feelings. Damn, I don't really want to look like the guy that just left everybody behind. But here's what really matters. Yes, that might be true. Yes, it might look like that. But are you really leaving people behind? I don't think so. You're doing what's best for you. Are you living your life for all these people? Are you living your life for your friends to be happy? Or are you living your life for you? Are you living your life for you to be happy? Okay? And in all honesty, a real friend would understand what you're trying to do. A real friend, if they can't help you directly do what you need to do, they'll work around you, they'll work with you, they'll figure some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But if they really get butthurt or all that, or they really get mad, or they really look at you and start having negative feelings and emotions for you, maybe that's a sign that you finally outgrown them. Okay? And don't be scared to let them go. That doesn't mean you guys have to be enemies. That doesn't mean you guys have to have issues. You guys are just going different ways. That's all it is. They're going this way, you're going that way. Nobody's going down or backwards. They're just going this way and you're going that way. You guys are both still elevating. You're just going different directions. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? You can still keep in contact. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because you were friends since 5th grade doesn't mean you have to be friends for life. It doesn't mean that you have to say no to any other potential future friends that might come. You see what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to keep going. Don't be afraid to move on. Don't be afraid to let people go. Okay? Let them go. If it no longer serves you, let it go. Like I said with the weed, I'm still struggling with that. I know that I don't need it like I used to need it. But because I'm formed a habit, I guess, with it, and I've been doing it for, the past couple of years, it's kind of part of my routine now. But I do know that I don't need it. And I do know that certain times it actually does cause more pain than pleasure. So I'm working on those areas, and I'm working on that. I'm figuring out how to smoke less or smoke or not smoke when I have stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant battle. Some of you might get over it quickly with no problems. Some of you are probably going to be, fumbling and falling down and have to pick yourself up over and over again, like myself. But it doesn't matter. All right. Progress is progress. It doesn't matter if you're moving up 1 step or 5 steps or 1,000 steps. Progress is progress. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Life is all about growing. Life is all about shedding. I'm beating a dead horse now, right? But I want you guys to really understand that. Don't be afraid to move on. Don't be afraid to leave people behind. Don't be afraid to go to a different area. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like where you're at, you're not happy, it doesn't bring you pleasure, it brings you more, pain than pleasure, it's just boring, it's not entertaining anymore, then move on. Don't be afraid to let it go. Because like I said in, a lot of my videos, when you finally let go of what no longer serves you, you're leaving the space for things that do serve you to come to you. How can you grab onto that new thing if you're still holding on to that old thing? You see what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to let it go. That's it. Just let it go. It's okay. Especially if you're doing things in a positive way, you're doing it respectfully. It's okay. And if they don't understand, that's fine. They'll understand later when it really matters. They don't need to understand now. You need to understand. Stop holding yourself back. Okay? If life is telling you to come for the new opportunities, come for the new stuff, go. If you can take the old stuff with you, take it. But if you start seeing that, okay, I can't carry both. I have to either let go of the old or I have to let go of the new. I highly suggest you to choose the new over the old. You can always go backwards. Remember that. When you're moving up in life, you can always go back and revisit. But you can never go forward if you stay where you're at. Okay? So, I just want you guys to understand that, man. I really felt like I had to say that today. Because a lot of people, including myself, we have issues. We have hard time letting things go that we know we don't need. Person, place, or thing. Okay? But as long as you keep working, like I always say, as long as you don't quit, you can never lose. If you fall down, that's fine. Take the time you need, sit down, cry, whatever, sleep, re-energize yourself. But once you get over that, get back up and complete the mission like you never left. Okay? As always, guys, positive thoughts at all times. Stop playing yourself. Keep God first, your heart in the right place. You will always win. Okay? Yes, you can. You got this, baby. Don't be afraid to let them go.